From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spar on the radio.
Hello to Lee and Kelly. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you, Ruben. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for me chatting to you today. So, can you tell me how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
Well, I've been writing songs for about 15 years now. Been singing since I was little, and I've obviously do a lot of gigs on the cover circuit, but writing my own stuff for about 14 years now.
So, what about being a country singer? How long have you been a country singer for?
I've been professional on the circuit about 16 years now. Yeah, gigging all over the country, top to bottom, and all in the middle.
So, Kate, was it like going into the recording studio to record your debut single?
I'm not the greatest in recording studios. I prefer live performances. I do get a little bit of can phobia when I'm in the studio. I've got a lot better over the years. This time wasn't too bad at all. So yeah, I do enjoy it. I love the process. I love to watch the process of how the song gets brought together. So yeah, it's fun. Good.
So, can you tell me more about your debut single called "Fall Before You Fly"?
Yeah, that was released a little while ago now, wasn't it? I can't remember how long, but yeah, it was one of those songs that just came to me. I was talking about this with someone else about songwriters, how you write, and everyone writes differently, but I find that sometimes songs are given to me, easily, and then other ones you really have to work for, really have to work for. And "Fall Before You Fly" was one of those songs that just came together within hours. So yeah.
So, does song come quicker than others, or does it take quite long to get the inspiration from?
I write down everything that I come across. So if it doesn't matter where I am, if I it could be a word, it could be a piece of music that I hear that I just triggers a sentence, and I'll write everything down either on my phone, or I've got lots of books hanging around that's got lots of stuff in it. And then I'll go back to them and then see what happens when I start reading through the words I've put down. Sometimes they'll just keep coming out, and other times I look at them and think that's useless. I can't do anything with that. I don't know what that is.
So, can you tell me more about the single called "Raising a Lady"?
Raising a Lady. That's a funny one. It's one of my. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I can't quite decide. It's my son loves it. He thinks it's a great single. It's a fun single. It took me a couple of days to write that one, and that was it was just about, I suppose, being country girl. That's what you wanted, that's how I felt a country girl would be. So yeah, it's a good. Took a little while, that one.
So, can you tell me more about this song that is called "Where Did You Go"?
Oh, so this one has got a story behind it. So I was asleep, and I was, when you wake up and you're sort of know what's going on, but you're not quite sure what's going on. And these lyrics just kept running through my brain. And I was, oh my God, I just want to sleep. I want to go to sleep. And I couldn't sleep. It was just constant. And I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I had to sit up in bed and write down and I literally wrote the whole song in one go from waking up from sleep. So obviously it had been churning around in my brain for ages. So it's a personal one, this one. It was about my father, because my mum and dad split up before I was born, so he wasn't really around. And I felt I could never speak to him personally, face to face, because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. But I needed to get it out. It needed to come out. And I think that's why it was constantly in my head overnight. And then that song, literally, I wrote it on my phone and I didn't change it. That's how it was recorded. So yeah, that was a funny one, that one.
So, can you tell me about your latest single called "Willow Tree"?
Well, again, a funny one. This wasn't an easy one either. So after writing "Where Did You Go" for my dad, I felt a little bit guilty with my mum, because mum had done everything for us. She was always there for us, no matter what went on, me and my two siblings. So I thought I'll sit down and I'll write her life down, see what comes up. And I had these verses, but they just didn't work. They just would not. This was about 13 years ago, and they didn't work. It didn't matter what melody I put to it, what music I put to it. It didn't. It just didn't work as a song. So I closed it and thought, let's just leave that. Let's just put it aside. And then my mum got poorly last year, and I was on my way to a gig, and it was like someone had literally just gone, there you go, have that. And I had a lovely sentence, and I thought that's a really lovely chorus, that would be. And then a little bit more came, and a little bit more came, and I'd written a chorus on the way in the car. And I thought, okay, we've got a song here, but I didn't get any verses. And I was like, well, that's it. What am I going to do with that? And it was like someone had literally handed it to me and said, look, there you go, have that. And it wasn't until I got back home that I realised I had already written the verses 13 years ago. So I took those verses and I took the new chorus that had been handed to me from somewhere, put it together, and Willow Tree was born. Yeah.
So are you looking up on any new music, new future?
Sorry?
Are you working on any new music in the near future?
I've got a whole album coming out. So Willow Tree is the first track off the new album. It's a 10-track album. It's just finishing up now with the last couple of songs. So I'm hoping it will be out maybe early March. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, but it's all over to the studio to get it finished. So that's what I'm waiting for. So, but yeah, 10 new tracks. I'm pleased. My writing, I feel like my writing's moved on. It's matured quite a bit. So I'm quite excited to see what these do for me. Yeah.
So, can you tell me more about Country social media? Because I know they do quite a bit of PR for you.
They do, yeah. I joined them. I knew Ken from a long time ago when I first started writing, but lots of, when stuff happens in life and you have to I sort of come away from my own work. And then about 18 months ago, I thought to myself, it's my time now it was just a yearning to write again. And there was so much coming out. And I knew Ken and I knew about social media. And I thought, well, I'll go and give them a shout and see if they can help me. And to be honest, the team's been amazing. They really have. They're really helpful. They've always got, if you've got a question, they've always got an answer for you. So yeah, I've done a live event for them. I'm hoping to do a few more of them with my own work. So yeah, they've been great. They're a great group.
So, Kenton, what's it like being an independent artist for you?
It's hard. It is hard. It's hard for females anyway, I find. On either side of the circuit, it's always hard for a female, harder than for the males. But as an independent, I think with anybody, you're obviously laying yourself. They're personal songs because you've written them, and I'm always critical of my work. So then you're asking other people then to listen to it. You want them to like it, but then everyone's got their own, what they think about the stuff. But it's hard to get it out there and get it around. I've heard brilliant singers, brilliant songs, but nobody's heard them. And it's hard to get them out there so it's great for people like you that do this sort of stuff to help us publicise what we're doing. So I do thank you for that.
So, have you got any up and coming gigs?
Oh yeah,
in the near future.
We are busy. Yeah, with the cover circuit, we are out 3 days next week, and it's pretty much full on then into February, all the way through the year. I took some gigs for 2027. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing 2027, but yeah. So the diary's pretty full, but I have left spaces because, like I said, I want to do more songwriting stuff. I want to do more of my own work, gigs. So I'm doing the Brick House in May. So that's for Country Music Social Media. So I'm looking forward to that one. That should be good. Yeah.
So finally, can you tell listeners where can they find you on your social media?
So I'm on Facebook as Leanne Kelly, country music singer songwriter. I've got TikTok. I'm not very good at it, so you have to bear with me on that. I'm not. And obviously Instagram, Leanne Kelly. Yeah, so I'm on them. But yeah, I'm not the greatest with the technology side of stuff.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today.
Not a problem at all. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
And yourself. Thank you ever so much.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.